Hey everybody, Jamie here, and growing up I was super obsessed with carving pumpkins. It wasn't until much later that I realized the inside of the pumpkin was just as much fun to DIY as the outside. So get ready as I show you how to make and flavor your own pumpkin seeds. Let's do it, girl! Okay, so in order to make and flavor your own pumpkin seeds, you're going to need a sharp knife, a spoon, a towel, a bowl, a strainer, a pot, a baking sheet liner from aluminum foil to parchment paper to non-stick spray, 1 tablespoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of olive oil, and of course a pumpkin. I'm going with a 4-pound sugar pumpkin. All right, time to get pumpkined up. Step 1. The first step is to get those seeds out of your pumpkin. Using your knife, cut around the pumpkin stem until you end where you began. Pull the stem to remove the pumpkin's top, and inside you'll see all the seeds, flesh, and strings. Use your hands or a spoon to scoop out all the seeds and whatever they're connected to into a bowl. Fill up your bowl with water and use your fingers to separate the seeds from the rest. Place your seeds on a towel for drying. Don't use paper towels here because as the seeds are drying, they become a little bit sticky and therefore they're going to cling to your paper towel and not come off. Keep going until all of your seeds have been separated. Pumpkin seeds can range anywhere between 1/2 cup and 2 cups of seeds depending on the type and size of pumpkin. My 4-pound sugar pumpkin yielded 1 cup of seeds total. The next step is to boil your seeds in salt. Now this step is optional, but I love it because it helps really bring out the flavor of your seeds. Throw your seeds into a pot, fill it up with water, and then add in 1 tablespoon of salt for every cup of seeds. Turn up the heat until the water starts to boil, and then bring the heat down to let your seeds simmer an additional 10 minutes. When finished, strain your seeds from the water and toss them back onto your towel to dry completely. Step 4. As far as roasting your seeds goes, cover your baking sheet with liner so that the seeds don't stick or burn. Spread your seeds out flat, making sure they don't layer on top of one another. As far as temperatures go, I've seen recipes bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 minutes, while others bake at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 40 minutes. I prefer to bake at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. Wait, Jamie, you totally skipped step 3. Yeah, that's because this part is the fun part, flavoring your seeds. Now that you know how to prep them and then bake them, here's the middle part where you get to make your own recipe. I'll start you off with 4 ideas, and then you can use that as inspiration to come up with whatever flavors sound good to you. Now each recipe I'm using calls for 1/2 cup of seeds, so just keep that in mind when doing your own measurements. All right, here we go. 1. Salt and pepper, aka the classic. Add 1/2 teaspoon of olive oil or butter to a bowl, followed by a pinch of salt and a few pinches of pepper. Drop in your pumpkin seeds and toss until everything is coated. Put them on your lined baking sheet, roast them according to step 4, and that's it. Preps like popcorn and is just as addicting to snack on. 2. Chili cheese seeds, aka the hot and spicy. You'll need 1/8 teaspoon of chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, and cayenne pepper. Those seasonings already make a delicious pumpkin seed mix, but if you wanted to add even more flair, grab a 1/4 teaspoon of cheese powder. I recommend something sharp like nacho cheese, but if all you can find is Parmesan cheese, that works too. In a bowl, mix up your pumpkin seeds with a 1/2 teaspoon of olive oil. Except for your cheese powder, toss in all your dry ingredients until your pumpkin seeds are fully coated. Bake away, and when finished, sprinkle on your cheese powder to taste. And now you've got chili cheese in pumpkin seed form. Yum. 3. Salted chocolate caramel seeds, aka the sweetness. You'll need 1 tablespoon of sweetener like sugar or honey, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon of olive oil, and 1 teaspoon olive oil or butter, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon sweetener separate. In a bowl, mix your pumpkin seeds with your olive oil. Add in all of your dry ingredients and mix until your seeds are fully coated. While the seeds are baking, heat up your teaspoon of oil or butter in a pot. Stir in the tablespoon of sweetener and brown sugar you had set aside. Keep this concoction moving for a few more minutes over medium heat until it's melted completely. This is my recipe for homemade caramel/toffee because it hardens as soon as it cools, so make sure to keep it hot in your pot until your seeds are ready. Once you remove your seeds from the oven, carefully drizzle the toffee on top. As the mixture cools, sprinkle a tiny bit of salt garnish on top. And now you have a salty, chocolatey crispy, caramelly treat at your service. And 4 curry seeds, aka the savory. All you need is 2 teaspoons of curry powder, 1.5 teaspoons of coconut oil, and a few pinches of pepper. If you don't have coconut oil, you can always substitute for a light oil or even butter. Your seeds just won't taste as curry-y. Heat up your coconut oil in a pot until it melts completely. Add your pumpkin seeds and stir until they're evenly coated. Shake in a teaspoon or 2 of curry powder, mix it all up once more, and then sprinkle on a couple pinches of pepper to taste. Place them on your lined baking sheet and roast them to your heart's content. And here's what they look like when finished. Man, these are crazy good. Now that I've shown you how to flavor your seeds, it's up to you on how you want to snack on them. Eat them in handfuls by themselves or toss them onto any fall soup or salad for an additional spice kick. I love putting these in a baggie with pretzels and raisins and so on in order to make my own trail mix for a heartier snack on the go. I feel the need for seeds. What flavor of pumpkin seeds did you make? Tweet me at Jamie Petito, Instagram me at Hey Jamie, or let me know on my fan page on Facebook. If you love flavoring your own snacks, click the video on your left to find out 3 totally different ways to make popcorn even more delicious. And if you're craving another fall treat, click the video on your right to learn how to make delicious apple cider. We did it, girl. I'm Jamie, and you're on Gurl.com.